Ben, can you record?
Yes, we are recording because again, I was impressed that last night, it got up to over 500 people, actually close to 600. I guess maybe we should tantalize people that there's some big change up or something like that. Maybe we'd get more involvement from people from time to time. Just an idea out there because the bottom line is we are recording. It is Wednesday. What's the date today? It is the 28th of April. And, bottom line is we're going to go through this, and I'm going to go through some things very, very quickly to make some things very, very clear. And number one, and I'm just going to get this out of the way, I am stepping down as president of Gifting Communities. Now, I'm still going to be working with leadership and as a membership role and working with Morris and others to grow the community. Go ahead and mute everybody out. Sean, I'll unmute myself. There you go. Thank you. So I am doing this for a lot of reasons. The last 8 months have been amazing. It's been a lot of work, and the work isn't done. And I'm going to go through a few things back here to go through this. Like I said, I'm still going to be working, and all of us have to understand, whether it's me or Morris as co-founders of the company that started this whole great community, all of us are just members. And it doesn't matter if you're someone that's gifted in 200,000 plus or someone that just got in for a 350 gift to get started. You are a member equal to everybody, okay? It's really important to understand that. I've never treated, or I didn't think that anybody in here was less than someone else or another because of the amount of money that they gifted. Now, with that being said, the truth behind why this is all started is because of what some of you guys might have seen from time, Brash Pen is called, where I have attacked people and come out and just, and I regret it every time and I feel bad afterwards. It was just stress. Everyone has different things going on in their life, and I took it out on some people. I would like to say that it has been not that many, but one person is too many. Okay. So I want to first apologize to anybody that if I picked up the phone, sent a voice message, or even an abrupt message in text, and I blasted you for asking questions when we're trying to deliver them out. I'm really and sincerely sorry if I hurt your feelings. Okay. I care about this community as much as you. Okay. Just because I put in a bunch of time and development and structure to everything that's going on doesn't mean if you just gifted in recently that you're no different than me. Okay. You're a human being. And that's really where this all started. Okay. That's it. I also want to cover a couple things as I go to the board here when it comes to things saying that I've lied and I've inflated things about the boards and this and that. One, the whole structure of the community has been based upon transparency. And protecting it, because I've listened to other admins of other communities that failed where, things could get out of control. Nobody's ever switched around people's spots. I've never switched myself into someone's water spot, which is a new rumor that's flown about me. And as far as anything, as far as other lies, fabrications, exaggerations, guys, whatever goes on in your personal life, that's your personal life. Whatever goes on in my personal life is my personal life. And we're going to leave it at that. You could believe rumors or try to believe what you want to believe. I know for a fact what is true and what's true about me and what I have or have not done in my personal life. And that's not even fair to go there. So that needs to be put to bed. So the biggest thing is we are all members. Right now, it seems like there's some of the community is divided over here. Some of the community is divided over here. And the majority of the community is right in the middle, just like, hey, I want to move the boards along. How do we grow this and get the boards moved up? And that's all we care about. That's all I care about. That's all Morris cares about. That's all the admins and admin assistant people that are in place to support you. That's all they care about. And that's all you should care about is what's going to grow the community. Okay, that's it. There is something I want to make clear, because I want to clear one thing up where as far as mismanagement of funds. So since September, this marker might not be big enough. No, we're going to do black. We'll do black. September. Okay, 2020. Oh, sorry, 2020. When we started this, to date, till about a week ago, a few days ago, I had some admin fees come in. I have collected from the 1,400 community, $168,000. Give or take, Morris and Barbara and them from Elite and Extreme have collected right around $50,000. So as a company, in admin fees right now, we've collected a total of approximately $218,000, okay, as a company, as a business. I want it to be clear right now, actively out there on the boards in the Extreme community, as well as in the GC 1400. And I'm putting this on here so you can screenshot it. Because again, guys, I've never not been transparent and honest and clear with you guys. I've never been. So I want to make sure that something's clear here and I'm going to go over the timeline of some things next. But I have re-gifted actively. I'm not, you guys know I'm not the best of speller, but I've gifted actively right now 117K. I think it's like 200. What's that?
So you're the man, Ben.
What's that?
You said you're the man.
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, and again, there's other people that have put in more, and there's a bunch of us that, again, you just got going in November, and I'm going to go through some things with the timeline. So out of the 168 I've collected, I put 117. Now, also, I put 32K in for friends and family. Someone like Farron Key was one of the $700 of the 32K. I didn't even collect anything back. He's a friend that did things for me then. Also, I went back to the closed boards that we had from Telegram and a yellow notepad that we had and all this stuff. And I've also re-gifted another 90K back into the community. So when we add this all up right here, that's 120, that's 225K back into the community, just into the spots that I've done, okay? And getting things going, because that's what we had to do. We're just re-gifting compound. I've also at this point, since starting Roshana back in December, paid admin support. Again, everyone that is a person that's helping us, Roshana, Michelle, Barbara, all the other leaders of different chats, their jobs are to disseminate information for Morris and I, and to educate you guys on leveling up and re-gifting and staying plugged in and so on. We thought going to the smaller chats might be easier for communication instead of the big chats when they're open, where all the good vibes are flying and stuff. So there's been another little over 50K. I'm just going to use 50K that have been paid out through that. And that's been through the commission, the gifts that I've received and money that I've received as well. So, you know, now this puts us at right around 275K that I put back into that. Also, Bill is right around 17K, which he's received from the whole thing. So we're just, anyways, and then there's legal. Okay, and I've been able to get by pretty good. Let's just say there's 3K there. Accounting, okay. Let's just say that that's only been about 2K at this point, another 5K. Anyways, once we start adding it all up, you know, it's over. It's I don't know. It's with all this right there. It's right around 300,000 that I put back into the community from the boards and everything else. And the rest of the money, which we haven't talked, which is a big deal, I guess, since I've been out gallivanting across the United States, meeting with as many members as I can, so you guys can see me face to face and otherwise, and having, you know, gatherings and so on, which started at the Tampa event, which also, you know, led to some of my own demise. And I own up to this, where I went and had a little too much fun at the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, I've been to Super Bowls before, and that's what people do, is they kind of get like they're from Mexico. Dolly, hey, help her down there. Greenwald, she's down in Mexico right now. And then just travel, and we'll just say travel gatherings equals at, you know, another 50K. So, you know, now we're nearing up over $350,000 that I put back in, and I put it back in because I know where this is going. I want you guys to understand, I put all this back in because all of us are going to make millions in time. So now let's move on to the most part. So if you guys want to screenshot that, whatever, you can see the recording later. But right now, I mean, I'm right around, if that's 275 with that all combined, another 50K, you know, okay, we're just going to call it for just low numbers, 325K back in out of my gifts that I've received, the admin fees I've received, and, you know, everything, you know, everything's back there. I'm down to a few $1,000s at this time because what you guys have to understand is the timeline. I think this is going to really help you guys because this timeline is not going to only go back to the beginning, and I'm going to kind of move fast through that. The timeline is going to help you guys as members understand what you're part of something so young and early. And I'm owning up mistakes. Morris and I both have said, we wish we wouldn't have said this or that and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean they're not lies. And I believe that the timeline is going to help you understand. So September 3rd, okay, GC, well, actually it's Kevlar, but I can't even say Kevlar anymore. GC starts officially. We started moving people over from Quigley, which is the larger community that we do have the founder of that in our community. He is still waiting to get blessed. Once he gets blessed, he feels he can go to his 30,000 people and get a bunch of them to come over and say, look, I didn't do anything. It took a little bit longer, but also we're going through a growth phase of scaling the company. I'm going to go through that. So September 23rd starts, okay? We grow during this period to 496 members. All gift only a $1,400 in. There wasn't any other options. There was zero. It was $1,400 put in. So this is the part of the community that I've been on the last few weeks, and I wish I could be softer and stuff, but I'm passionate about it. This is the part of the community. If we wanted to grow from 1,500 members to 3,000, if all of these just averaged 3 people, just invited 3 people, we would have went from 1,500 to 3,000, and that's what I've been talking about. So there's that. The next thing is, because it's going to be important where I'm going to get to how we're going to grow the community, okay? And again, I'm a member that's here just trying to grow it, just like all of you guys, okay? I'm putting the reins to Morris right now, and the other admins are also staying in place. They're not doing anything wrong. They're here to help you guys. So all the admins and admin support people are here to disseminate information, to educate. My job, what I want to help you guys do is learn how to invite people easier and how to open up a bigger market of people, okay? So now what happens is October 1, we close the community. Okay? Well, go ahead, we'll mute. So what's amazing about this, and where are we at? Oh man, we only got 454 people only. That's sad. Anyways, so what happens is we closed out. At this time, this is when we introduce the sprinkle gifts. And actually at first, because guys, there's calculations in here. This is where the compounding starts, where it took less off us, where we could just keep compounding, growing. And I made it stretch all the way to the end of October because I knew we had a couple hundred people in here at the beginning, probably, you know, right around 80 to, I think it got eventually to right around 120, 140 of these people, 496 got blessed because we started sprinkling back in through them by the end of October. So what happens is the sprinkle initially started with the 700 gift. And then I also added on a 350, okay? Which again, 350 times 4 is 1,400, 700 times 2 is that. So this is what happens. Then in November, okay, we open the community with a 500 person, literally it was like either like 4, I think it was actually got up to like 517 or something, person waiting list. Okay. Now, four people to come in for a 1,400 gift. This didn't go as planned. A lot of us all remember that. It's like, oh man, you know, I'm sending out emails. I'm just like going 1, 2. I'm like, this is awesome. Just filling boards. And people weren't ready to gift. And then I'm putting people in boards. And then some boards had 6 of the 8 spots that were filled, and some only had 3 of the 8 filled. And then we had to go reconfigure around and move people around. It was a nightmare for about 2.5, 3 weeks. Okay. And I finally had gotten it figured out about the week before Thanksgiving. So that right there, when we thought we were going to whoosh, and I thought that I was going to be able to do anywhere between 200 to 250 boards. I thought I was going to do about 240 boards during the month of November. And that didn't happen. We ended up doing the same, right around 125 boards for the month. And that's what we have been doing consistently. We've always been doing right around 125 boards a month up until just this last few weeks. This last month, it will add up less than 100 boards, okay, that we've closed. So November. So it's at the end of November, we decide to keep it open. So December, we decide to keep open. Why? It's the holidays. We also decide to allow people to start coming in for 700 or 350. Actually, during this time, we allowed 700 and 350 specifically for people that are coming from other communities that got hurt, that they never got blessed. So, so that way, if they were in another 1,400 community, they put 350 in, they would have to re-gift 1,400 of it, but they got 1,400 back. So out of the 350, they're actually up 150,050. Okay, they're up 1,050, but they got 1,400 in, and they got their money back. 700, obviously, it's a little bit more money. So what happened with this timeline is we're letting people sprinkle in. We're letting people sprinkle in. Now, this is when it gets real important. And go ahead and make them out, Rashawn. So January 15th, a glorious day for myself, okay? Glorious day for the community. So I turn over the reins to Michelle Hawley to start doing the boards. And actually we had it where Anka Sanamam was going to be doing the splitting of the boards. That's what we're doing, because Rashawn was still busy as heck trying to get people to create their profiles and all this other stuff. Which, by the way, I'm going to go backtrack for a second. This is when, at the end of October, okay, and at the end of October, I started speaking to Bill and went to Philadelphia at the beginning of November during all the madness of the launch of the community. And this is when Bill started building. Right at around the first week of November, late first week of November is when Bill went to work to start developing our website, our database, and all that. We initially thought that the website and everything would be up for gifting by the end of December or early November at the latest. We figured it's going to take about 2 months. Okay. So just so you understand that timeline wise, we figured it'd take about 2 months. So 2 months, I'm no longer doing the board, sitting out the gifts, verifying the gifts and all that stuff. So I can start focusing on business development things, because we think that we're going to be launching. So January 5th, I bring in Michelle Hawley, okay? Which she's done a fabulous job. She really has. She's done a great job. Has worked long hours for all of us, and she's worked her tail off, and I thank her so much for everything that she does right now and what she started doing back then. So now what happens is January 15th through Super Bowl weekend. So we're going to say to February 7th. Okay, during this time, we closed the community on January 15th. We closed it for a number of reasons. One, we couldn't keep having people come in that weren't creating the profiles while Rashawn is just trying to get the profiles created. So February 7th, we're going to call it, right after the Super Bowl. We thought that we were going to launch. We did not launch the software. It was not ready. So we keep the community closed. Okay. Now, this is where what's awesome about all of you guys that have started pre-sprinkling before you've been blessed. That's awesome. You're ahead of the curve already. For those that are big compounders, the compound kings and stuff like that, you guys have really carried a weight for the community, okay? Which is awesome, all right? But we kept it closed. We kept it closed. And then we kept it closed all the way until approximately March, that's right, March twice, 25th, okay? It's right around that week, that time, late March, where I was starting to get very, very stressed during this time because we were not getting there. And we had to launch this so we could open up the community. So everyone can look at that. You can just screenshot it, whatever you need to do. So now the fun part. Now we get to where we're at. So March 25th-ish, okay, is when we launch everything. And guess what? Wasn't it exciting? We had all these new people coming in, gifting in their 1400s. Boards were flying. It was awesome. However, we had a little bit of a challenge. We had a challenge with a few of the steps that were in there. It's just a few people, not a few, a lot of people didn't understand how to do it. Plus the images weren't uploading. And so we had to keep tweaking and retooling. So, you know, that's what starts going on. And then the last few weeks, we burnt through that. And it's all, we're trying to figure it out. There's supposedly 2,400 profiles, but there's only like 1,900 people in the Telegram chats. So we're trying to figure out who these other 500 people are and how many are actually fully gifted in and so on. So this is where I started getting really, really stressed, okay? And I took it out on a few people. And again, I'm gonna apologize again and again. I am sorry that I went off on you because I'm trying to make this all work with the other people that are working so hard, trying to figure it all out to make it work too. Okay, so now moving forward, where are we at? We're at, today's the 28th, okay. So where we're at April 28th. Today. All that matters is today, moving forward. So right now, what everyone has to do, everyone needs to pull together. There is no part of the community that's over here. There's no part of the community that's over here, meaning if you want to put it in, you know, to relate to your brain, there's no pro Morris team and pro Ben team. That's not the way to do this, guys. This is pro gifting communities. This is pro your gifts. This is pro your friends and your family that are in the community. Now, I am not the person to be doing member support. I'm not, okay? So I'm not going to be the person doing member support. I shouldn't be, I'm not gonna be doing that. What I do wanna do is help people become educated on how to properly invite people, especially those of you, so I'm gonna make some new videos and stuff, but for internal purposes, member to member, helping a member to member, okay? I wanna help you guys understand one of the reasons why, so what I've been wanting to implement, okay, and we finally now have two. So thanks to Tim Brown, who's now presented two different companies. One company's just not gonna work. The very first one, I've spoken to a bunch of them as well. They're not the right ones for us. And now we have to still talk, okay, to these other technology companies for a one-step gift send platform. Bill has everything ready to integrate. We just need to find the right one. And we have two options. One's an e-wallet setup. The other one is tied to a bank that does so many great things with seasoning our money, because when we send money back and forth, just like if I send money to you in Venmo, it's a transaction. But as soon as I deposit that money, it's a deposit in the bank, and you have to have that money seasoned because they're gonna wanna ask, so where did you get it? And we could try to provide something that says this is gift money, but now having it tied to a bank that has a MasterCard that you can use anywhere in the world that takes MasterCard, just like your Cash App or Venmo or actually PayPal and Venmo or Cash App or MasterCard. But you're gonna be able to just show a bank statement and show all the money in there and use it to go purchase things that require a bank statement. So that's really important. If we go with the e-wallet one, it's similar, but not as good. So we as a community equals one. We are one, okay? We are one group of people that are going for the same common goal, which is to make money together and change our lives and change family and friends' lives and all these other people that we haven't met yet. So as we get I'm gonna do this way, one step gifting implemented, and it's gonna take a few weeks. It's gonna take a few weeks, okay, at least. But Bill has so much lined up. These other guys have the technology to integrate. We have to let them integrate. And they're gonna, Bill's gonna be working on the lipstick and makeup and other fun things as well, as far as making the board show a little bit more clearly and stuff. I like it. And also it's very important to understand the linear line that is there. Chip, I love you and stuff like that. But there is a linear line with us. You're right behind the person that gifted in the fire in front of you, and then right behind you all the way through. Even with the board split the way they do, you're always behind. Now, what's interesting about our concept, compounding only does so much. The compounding allows you to not have to, you could sprinkle as much as you want, but you don't have to bring in 2 every time. The regifting and compounding eliminates that stress. However, what Chip talked about and what I've been saying forever, we have to grow. And again, we did not grow how we need to. We are 4 months behind where we want to be in a growth pattern because we were closed out for 2.5 months here, and we did not grow and open up the community with a blast where I really thought out of the 1,500 people, everyone could average 1, which means the 496 could average 3. So again, the 496 from group 1, which actually there's about 600 some people that have been blessed through the water. Those 600, we're at like 2.25. If you want to get real detailed, 2.25 needed to invite people to double it up real fast. And that's what starts to do it. So everyone, as it's been said yesterday, everyone has to invite. I'm a member, I have to keep inviting, okay? I already had plans to go back, a week and a half ago to Wisconsin anyways, which also, Sarah, she's very passionate about me as I am her. She cares about me, okay? And, just know that everyone's passionate and everyone needs to stop fighting, okay? Everyone needs to stop fighting amongst each other because that's not what we want to do, okay? Stop defending me, stop defending Morris, stop defending another admin support person. There shouldn't be. We all care about the same thing, which is all of us moving this forward as fast as we can so we all can continue to get blessed. And how do we do that? Equals inviting. This is it. This is what we do. This is how we grow. This is the business. Now, while we're working on this one-step gifting, and you do not have to participate if you don't want to. As I was on a call yesterday, and someone I very, very much appreciate, respect, someday I can't wait to meet, which said, Ben, we're not network marketing. We are absolutely not. That's the beauty. We are a real business, which allows us, as a real C corporation, allows us to do things that the other gifted communities cannot do. We are still a private business. We are still a private business that needs to function in a certain way, okay? And my behavior on going off on a few of you guys, I'm so sorry. Or if you were around in December when I had my Eric Thomas moment and telling people to get out, was because I'm asking people to let me, Morris, and other leadership build this out and scale this out. We're only 8 months in. And if we get this one-step money send system done by the end of May, guys, we are 3 months ahead of the schedule. My goal was always to get this done by September or the end of the year, actually. So we're way ahead of schedule. So inviting. So what I want to do to help with inviting the people the simple, quickest, easy thing, okay, is the Facebook group for testimonials, okay? And again, I took down the picture in there. I think the picture that was taken at Juanito's is a beautiful picture of just an amazing group of people, but I took that down and I'll make sure that a picture of people that approve are in that, okay? And again, if you don't want to provide a testimonial, you don't have to. But in this community specifically, we have dozens of very, very top influential network marketing people that understand how this works, the Facebook group testimonials, okay? The testimonials work because that's what sells. Your testimonial sells, and that's why you can invite people once you get blessed. You presenting other people's testimonials is what sells the community, what sells the opportunity. Okay, inviting them to take a look at it. If you share the website, giftedcommunities.com, that's what is got the information on now. This is just a free, easy way to do this. Now, what I'm going to be doing out of the blessing money that I can continue to get, I'm going to develop a couple different marketing platforms through, okay, ClickFunnels. This was always supposed to be here, and through lists, okay? So we invite people, okay? This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for passive income. These two things couldn't be implemented, okay, until we get this in place. Why? Because we couldn't go out to the masses and start bringing in the masses when we're not ready to take the masses on. I mean, Michelle and them, they can't handle 5,000 people if we went and got that right now, okay? Yes, they would work through it, okay, and that would be a blessing. for all of us, and we're sprinkling in amongst them. But it doesn't work that way. There's a process to scaling a business properly, and that's what you guys are part of. And I know it's not working as fast. If everything would have worked out how we wanted it to, how everything would have worked out is that somewhere here between December and January 15th, go ahead and mute people. Rashawn, if you need to unmute all, then I'll unmute. That'd be great. Okay. Rashawn, you want to mute everybody, please? I'll unmute. Thank you.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben.
Yes.
Ben, why is the iPhone person online in the chat causing all kinds of problems right now in the chat that says that Ben is the only person that kicked me out? Why is that person keep talking?
I'm getting the person out.
It needs to stop.
I'm finding it, and I'm getting it taken care of.
Oh, sorry, Ben.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know who's saying this. iPhone.
We know who it is.
I don't know who that because I've only removed one person. I've only removed one person. It was someone that I knew that wasn't leveling up and regifting and didn't want to. And then he told me that he had a legal issue, legal thing going on where he was worried about his disclosure of money. And so he needed to leave. Okay.
No, I'm talking about the comments.
I'm just saying, everybody that has an iPhone and I can't see you, I'm removing you.
Yes.
Just letting you know.
I'm not gonna sit around and let nobody bash the community no more, and it's gonna stop. So
100%. So if you don't have your camera on and you're an iPhone, guess what? You're being removed because
thank you, Richard.
And I
am going to go through some Q&A after this. Okay. So, all right. So I want to go back. Go ahead and mute all while you're doing this, Rashawn. I appreciate you. And I'll come. Okay. So let me go back. So we're 4 months behind where we want to be right now, but we can get things sped up. So I've never been lying. The goal has always been to get the boards down, gift of blessing down way less than what it is. The only way we do that is we all have to start inviting. That's a fact. You guys have to start inviting. I couldn't implement my social media marketing plan back in January when I wanted to because we weren't ready to open up the community with the technology. Then I was getting ready to in March. I've been talking about this, okay? And then we launched it and it didn't go the way that we thought, okay? So then we had to keep taking it down and redoing some things and then implement. Now we're back to manual processing. This isn't on Bill. This isn't on the people that aren't tech savvy. And again, the great thing is what starts to happen when we implement this one-step gifting. Okay, and I'm not going to, but it's automatically going to level you up. It's automatically going to re-gift you. You're going to be able to actually go in and configure your board if you want to take extra spots. It's going to eliminate all this stuff. The admin fees automatically going to be pulled to the corporate checking account. All this stuff is going to be done with the software, which is going to allow us capital from the admin fees to spend money on this. There are so many people out there that are doing crypto, that are doing Forex, that are investing in stocks, real estate, network marketing. This is the easiest opportunity out there. That's 5 categories that we can buy lists and we can market to on internet through Google ads and all these other things out there. There's so many things we can do, but we weren't there yet. So I now, because we are tapped out, because the last three weeks, I think we've closed less than 20 boards. That is not on the admins. Any of you guys think that if you became an admin, that's going to speed up the boards? That's wrong. What you need to become is an awesome inviter to the community. That's what's going to speed up the boards, is inviting people. So if we would have implemented some of these things back in January when I wanted to, because the website launched right then, we would have started doing this, because the goal is if we got to 3,000 members right now, let's just say it's at 2,000 members, and I start implementing this and I start developing a waiting list that gets to 3,000 or 4,000 people. Okay. Now we also have it where the November people starting to get blessed. The November people have people waiting. They just want to see that they actually get blessed. So we're going against a double-edged sword here, guys. That's what we're going against. So what happens is that we need to pull together as a group, and there's no team Ben, there's no team Morris, there's team GC. That's it. Okay. And you guys don't have to get along in the sense that you don't have to talk all the time. If some of you don't get along, I'm sorry that this has happened, but you need to get along and respect each other in chats. You need to respect each other in chats, okay? And I'm going to respect everyone. No one's ever going to have me pop off and go off on them ever again. It's never going to happen, okay? Trust me, I've learned my lesson. Plus, my stress is going to go down because I'm going to be working behind the scenes with leadership and helping implement the plans to bring in the masses. The only way we can speed this up is if everyone mass invited, which isn't going to happen. You're going to come along, people onesie Tuesday, especially once you get blessed. But so we have to market to the masses, and we can do that as a corporation. That's the beauty. We are able to do these things as a real corporation. We are not some just fly-by-night susu that's under the radar and not paying taxes and all these other things. So this is what the plan is that I've been wanting to implement. And now, because I know we're going to get one of these two, one's already all in. Due to all the madness yesterday, we did not get on a conference call with the CEO of the bank and the leaders of the technology company to integrate. Now we're doing all this on Friday, all full transparency, okay? Always full transparency. So when I was saying we're going to get the board sped up, it's because I thought we were going to launch in January. Oh, I thought we were going to launch after Super Bowl. Oh, I thought we were going to launch at the beginning of March. Oh, my stress keeps going up because it's not happening, and I don't have any better answers for you than we all have to just be patient and keep developing your list of people to come in, win it, because we didn't do an official waiting list. I just assumed everyone would start having people waiting, which some of you guys did.
In regards to like where our timeline is, and where our boards are, I just need to correct you on that. We're like in the middle of October right now, because I don't want,
Right. I didn't say that. I didn't. No, you didn't hear me right. I didn't say that. I didn't say about October. I said we're getting near the November people. Getting there.
Okay.
We're getting nearer to the November people, which will help them with inviting. But we have to get to them, guys. So we still have to be inviting right now. Okay. What I was talking about is the fact that the timelines of not launching in January, not launching at the Super Bowl, not launching the website in the beginning of March, not launching until the end of March, and then it not going as smoothly as we thought, okay? That's where we're at right now, guys. And so we're moving forward, though, every day. And the reason why this is all, I've caused so much stress for everyone, and I apologize, is because I've taken my passion to a whole nother level that looked like it took out as anger. And I apologize for that deeply to anyone that I went off on. I apologize. I really do, sincerely. So I am stepping down just to help the members as far as growing and how to invite and growing the community that way. Okay, so I'm not going to be there. If it comes down the road where a bunch of you guys say, Ben, we want you to do Zooms, I'll do a Zoom on Tuesday nights. Okay, that's something that you guys can talk to Morris about. And if you guys say, hey, Ben, Ben, I want you to do one, that's fine. Obviously, people that might not care for me might not want to have them on my Zoom. I don't know. I just think that I do a pretty good job in explaining the plan and what we're doing, okay? And what really the gifting and what the community is all about. So I'm going to allow some people to raise their hands. I'm already gone a little bit longer than I wanted to. I'm only going to answer 3 questions. So if you have a question,
Ben,
if I didn't nail everything.
I have a question. I have a million questions.
Yes.
I'm James Rodriguez.
You can only have one question. No million questions.
So pick
No,
your favorite
he
one,
said
James.
he's going to answer 3 questions. So I can ask a question?
You can ask one, James. Yes.
Okay. So what happened with the Morris and your relationship? Because it all sounds, I don't know.
Well, okay. Morris and I are fine. Morris and I have had several very, very
So
calm.
what happened last night?
What's that?
What happened last night then?
What happened yesterday? What we've decided right now, just because there is a percentage of the community that feels that I'm a detriment to people inviting because they're worried that I'm just being transparent, that I might go off on them. Okay. So I'm not doing any support roles whatsoever. Okay. I'm not doing any type of support, answering questions or so on. I'm going to be focused just on marketing. That's it. Morris and I are totally
you do know
Morris is going to be managing more of the business side of things,
right?
and I'm managing the marketing. What's that?
You do know I work in the marketing business, right? Too? So
Well, let's set up a call, James.
let's do it.
Let's
You
do
call
it.
me
All right,
tomorrow.
if you don't
Let's
have
do
my
it.
cell phone number, send me a
I do
message
have
in
it.
Telegram,
I do have
and then
it.
we'll line
I
up a
have it.
call. Let's talk about
All
it.
right, I'll call you
Let's start
tomorrow
some
then.
stuff up. We have a lot of people
Could
in the
we move
community
on to the
that does
next
do
one?
marketing.
Thank you, James.
So-
Appreciate that.
Thank you,
Um,
James.
All right, so
Carl.
Dan, you can go ahead. You can unmute
Dan
yourself.
Grahovic?
Yes.
All right. I love Dan. Dan, I do love you. You're a
Dan?
businessman
Okay,
too.
so he's not there. So Mike Thrower.
Michael.
Okay, he's not. Patricia Mendez.
Patricia.
Sorry,
friend.
I'm here.
Okay,
Okay.
Mike.
All right,
Go
we'll
ahead.
let
Trying
Dan go
to
real
get
quick.
the thing going. I just had the one quick comment, which I think would have eliminated all the drama and mess that's been going on in the chats. If you guys would have got together, Ben and Morris would have got together and said, hey, this is what's going on, instead of how Morris put it out there. Because I'm just going to tell you, I saw that and I was like, whoa, what is happening here? And I got tons of messages from people asking the same thing. So it could have been
I
handled
think all of
differently.
us wish that it would have been, all this would have been handled a little bit differently. There's so many, there's a certain amount of people that don't care for me at all. Okay. And I it hurts, and I didn't mean to make it where they don't care for me, but I also might've went off on some of their friends or family that they invited to the community. So I respect
That's not
that.
true, because everybody's here because of you. It's not because of
not
Morris. It's
everybody.
because of
No,
you.
we're one
Yes,
community.
Yes.
Other
yes,
people
it is,
invited
it's
people.
because of you, not because of Morris. Because
Well,
you're the
It's not
you're
true,
the
James.
there's a large
That
group
is
of
not
people.
okay. Okay, guys.
You guys need to get your facts straight, because everyone does it
Guys,
together.
guys, just
That-
hold
yeah,
on.
mute everyone out,
Everybody
Prasanna.
stop for a
Mute everyone
second.
out, please.
This is about the entire community, regardless of
correct.
Ben knows that he created.
the whole community
And
is based on Ben.
hold on for a
He's
second.
the
No, wait a
boss.
minute now. All right, no,
I'm
you're not gonna
holding
be
on.
unmuting.
Not true.
No, you need to understand something, okay?
I'm
Everybody's
understanding.
here
Go
for a
ahead.
reason, right? And it's to be in this community, to be able to get blessed out, right? We all put 100% into this, as Ben did when he
Sure.
created it, okay? And as Morris
Exactly.
did as well,
Because
and as
Ben
Morris
created
did,
it. You
and
just
as
said it.
Morris did
Ben
as well.
created it. You just
And you
said
know
it.
what? I don't know how you keep unmuting yourself. And as Morris did as well, okay? Everybody put work into it.
That's the point. Guys,
Okay.
I didn't create this. Honestly, all of you guys created this with us. All we did was took the first step. Morris and I only took the first step, and then we've been working on things behind the scenes. Barbara, Morris, and I worked our tail off for the beginning part. I brought Michelle in because, again, guys, we really thought that the website and the software to do online gifting was going to launch after Super Bowl. So Michelle was only going to do boards for a little while. And then it started going longer. Then we moved her to hourly. And then we moved a bunch of other people to hourly. And all these things kept transforming. It's been really, really stressful for the last 2-3 months because we're trying to get this going. We're getting close to the right place. Guys, the baby boomers, the biggest market space out there, the 55 and up community, they want to continue to live their best life as long as they can. They want to get into this community and will this down to their kids, their grandkids, their great-grandkids, and great-great-grandkids. That's one of the main markets we're going to go to, okay, that have the $1,400 to gift in, that are sitting around and chit-chatting all day long. That's one of the markets we're going to go to with the mass market. But guess what has to happen? We have to have the one-step gifting. We have to have it where they create a profile, and then they can simply upload money to their GC bank account, okay? And then they have a MasterCard on the way they can use, and that they can just gift. And they send money from them to me, from them to you, whoever's up next, whatever's going on, whoever's in the water, they send the money one step. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
So
Okay. We're gonna explain that later, guys, on a member Zoom, but we're gonna end this now because
I'm just helping them understand the process of where we're
appreciate
going.
you, Ben. Thank you so much.
And that's that.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate
Okay.
it. And thank you all for attending. We have a Latino call coming up. If you all speak Spanish, let's go to that.